All right, technology works. So we are,
Okay, well, great.
yeah, we are officially recording ourselves. So this project is centering around water sources, creeks, open creeks. When water came into the neighborhood, as far as like city planning, and whether people would have gotten water from other sources before the city started laying pipes and things like that. And so I was just curious if you can recall either from your own personal experience or whether you've heard stories or whether your parents knew about what type of water was in the neighborhood and where it may have been.
Yeah, well, when I was growing up, we already had the water coming out of the pipes, But Mom and Dad lived up there where the Esther Lefevre Park is. There was a big house there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom said that there was a well behind that house, that's where they got their water.
Interesting. Yeah, we've heard from a couple of people now that there were a lot of private wells, that people would dig their own wells and get water from those wells. Do you know up and down Carroll Street whether any of those wells may have existed even after people got flowing water through pipes?
None that I remember or know of, no.
Okay. And I guess, did you ever hear about like an open, like creeks? Were there any creeks in the neighborhood?
No, it seemed like I'd seen a map or somebody told me that over there where the school is now, over on Kirkwood,
Yeah.
there used to be a dump there. And I think before that there was they said, or I saw it somewhere, I can't remember exactly, but there was like a little stream coming down from somewhere.
Yeah, that's
that way.
okay. Yeah, that's what Sarah was saying, that when she was younger, she asked a bunch of questions about creeks and rivers or what kind of water was in the neighborhood.
And also, let me tell you this, we went to the mill, and after it closed up, and this guy that was with us, there was a big square hole, and you could look down and you could see the water. And he said that was the reason that they had built that mill there, was because of that water. And I think he said, I'm not positive on this, that it was part of Yellow River now, but if I don't know for sure or anything about that, but it looked like it was pretty deep back then, because it wasn't ripply. It was just kind of just moving slowly, And it always flooded down at the end of Carroll Street there where the cemetery wall was,
Well, yeah, we know that. We've already had that.
I'm sure you do now, yeah.
Just about 4 or 5 months ago, we had a hard enough rainfall where our entire corner was submerged. We had water up to our porch on those.
Well, I'm sure that's happened many times. I know when I was a kid, I wanted to go down there and go swimming like everybody else was doing, and Mom said, no way. She said, that's sewer water. I said, okay.
Yeah. You don't want to spend too much time in that water.
Well, I was young, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Well, and some poor guy was driving, and he tried to drive through the water, and water got in his engine compartment and killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was stranded in the middle of this that flood water.
Oh yeah, we used to see a lot of that when I was growing up over there. It flooded a lot down that way, I'm telling you.
Funny. So you said that someone had told you about that water under the mill?
Yeah, it was. It's up there. It was sort of in a courtyard, if I remember. I've only been in there once, I think, and I went in there with Esther Lefevre, and we were going to go to the roof, and I was going to take some pictures, but they said the elevator wasn't working, so we didn't go up. But they did show us that it was a square, like maybe 4 by 4, it seemed like it's been so long now. I'm not positive on anything really, but I do remember seeing it. And
do you remember who the man was who told you about that?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
He was with us, I think, a part of the meal, but no, he was there to show us around, I guess, or something. I can't remember.
And would you happen to recall what year that was?
Listen, I can't remember last week hardly.
Yeah.
No, I have no. I'd say I can't even guess. It's just been a long time ago. Yeah.
Sure.
It was after the mill had closed though, and Esther knew some people over there, and I told her I'd love to go to the roof of that thing because I'd never been in there really, So.
Yeah.
But I did go in there later on, when they made the apartments. But the apartment he was going to show me was locked, and he didn't have a key, so it was just it was a bed, so I didn't get to see anything.
Wow. Well, hey, anytime you want to go and look around there, you're always free to ask, and we're more than happy to show you around.
But now I just can't walk very far now. I'm just getting up there,
Yeah. Well, we'll get you one of those little scooters that are all over the place these days, and you just zip around.
Well, that's coming next, I'm sure.
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I thank you for taking your time.
Well, listen, I don't mind at all. Anything I can help with. My sister, Betty Jean, she grew up over there too, and she was young and seen a lot of things that I didn't see. And as far as maps, I've got an old picture that you're looking from the mill, looking down Carroll Street there, and there used to be used to be a church there. It was like an old timey church, and it was just a roof and everything on it, A-type roof, and then when they built the new church, we used the old church as a boys' club before they built the new club.
And, so
there was a couple of houses on Carroll Street there that set back from the street.
And that was looking down Carroll Street towards Boulevard.
Yeah, if you're looking down Carroll Street, it was up there. Well, it was Manus's. I think it was their house, and the house set. It might have been the Shorts. I can't remember. Margaret would probably remember, but it set back from the. It wasn't right on the front of the sidewalk there. You had a little walkway to walk in, and there was some hedges there, and it had a nice house there, from what I remember. I was very young, and then there was another house that set up there where the churchyard is now. There was a house there, from what I remember, a regular looking house. But like I say, that was back when I was real little. But Margaret or my sister Betty Jean would remember that much better than I would.
Well, now that you bring it up, because I've been confused a little bit about, today's structures that are up there towards the mill, right before the curve onto Mill. So, like Milltown Tavern, what was that? The girls' club, or is it? It now?
Yeah, I think that was where the girls' club was. But before that, it was a restaurant.
Oh, it was a restaurant.
Yeah, it was Stuckey's Grill.
Stuckey's Grill.
Stuckey's, right. I think it is. I don't know how he spelled it, but
all right.
That was back when I was very young, and
so it was a restaurant, and then it was the girls' club.
Well, it was a couple of restaurants. I mean, different people owned it, and then when it became empty, I think that they opened it up as a girls' club.
And the lot next to it has always been open, and that's where people play basketball, stuff like that, or, what's now used as the parking lot? Or was there a structure there at some point?
Yeah, that was where the old church used to be that turned into a boys' club back in, I say the late 40s is when I remember it. And,
before they built the new boys club.
yes,
Oh, okay.
It,
So the
it
old
was like
boys
a church.
club.
It was
Okay.
a church, and then they built the Salvation Army where the building is now. You know which one that is?
The loft, where the lofts are now.
No, it's the other side of the loft there. There's a building there that's a kind of red brick, I think. It's been a while since I've noticed everything up there, but I could come over and show you, or Ronnie could probably show you too, where the church is. It's a church where the church was now, but he's made it into a office building, I think, and he's added a building on top of it.
So that was I got it. Absolutely.
That was the Salvation Army church, yes.
Sure.
After they moved out of the little church building up the street there,
Gotcha.
With a little it was an A-frame looking house, building where the church was.
So where it's now, yes, it's got a downstairs office. It's called Plywood now, and they built a residential unit on top of that. So
I think that's the one. Yeah.
So that was the church that then became the
Salvation
Salvation Army.
Yeah, right.
And the boys club, the first boys club, was in the area where the parking lot is now. It was
up there on the other side of the boys club now.
Yeah.
Is where it used to sit, right in there. There was just and there was a playground up there behind those little houses on Tennille up there. Used to be a seesaw and a swing set.
Right. Now it's all just overgrown. I wonder if there's
it's
somebody's backyard, I guess.
It used to be a hill there, but I don't think the hill's gone because we'd take pasteboard boxes up there and slide down the hill just for fun, And really, that was we did that a lot,
You don't need any snow or anything to go sledding.
No, we didn't. We just use those boxes,
Great. Now I got to go back there and check it out and see what's left. Like if there's anything back there, it's probably been all cleared out. But,
well, I've got a picture. I'll bring over. I've got to come over soon. I got to talk with my tenant over there, and he's going to call me, and I'll try to come down there if y'all are open, and I'll bring that picture, and I'll show you looking down Carroll Street where there was the old church, and then next to it was Manus's he had a little bitty grocery store, and on the side of that was a house that sat back from the street.
Okay. Love to. Nina and I are going to be out of town next week. We'll be back. The Patchworks will be open again on November 12th. So we're actually taking a little break.
Okay. Well, I'll try to do it after then, and I don't mind ever coming over there. Believe me.
Yeah, we'd love to see you. Always.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring some pictures and show you what I know of and what used to be there. And I've got a picture of I don't know. You may have already seen it. There was one over there. A picture of Gaskell and Bryn Avenue there. There's an old house. It used to be a little store building right next to it.
Yeah, but the store is gone now, right?
Right, yeah. And that house, I've got a picture of it, made in 18-something or other, and there's nothing around it,
Cool. No, we'd love to see it. So that's another project.
Okay, well, I'll bring that and I'll show that to you. In fact, I'll try to have some copies made, and I'll just give you a copy of it.
Thank you. I would love that, man. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate it, sir, as always. And when we get back, we look forward. I could speak to you.
Yeah, just give me a call when you get back, because I'll forget. I'm at that age, Jake. I hate to admit it, but between me and my wife, we remember things.
You're doing darn well, man. I'm already going.
I can remember way back better than I can last week.
Well, that's pretty normal. I mean, my mom was that way. My mom, she can remember being a child in great detail, and which is fun. I like to hear her stories about growing up. But, well, take care of yourself.
All right, Jake. Listen, y'all enjoy your little break there, and I hope
Thank you.
Hope to see you after Thanksgiving. Whenever you
you.
get back,
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Take care, boy.
You too.
All
Okay.
right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.